This is big for the Chicago Bulls. We're going to be talking about just how good Coby White was in the clutch and why he is poised to have a great year for the Chicago Bulls, along with Ayo Dosunmu. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and you have found yourself on another episode of Bulls Digest. And today, we're jumping into two different articles that bring up some numbers about how good Coby White was in the clutch. And I think that these numbers are very telling, and this shows you why you should really have some optimism around Coby White really becoming a real star in this league and for the Chicago Bulls. And I've said it a couple times, I think that he can become an all-star, and I also think that there is the real possibility that he could become a franchise player if he continues to progress the way that he has done this last season. And so here are the two articles that we took a look at. This first one being BVM Sports Deck, and the next one is on Bleacher Report. You can find that under this title, and it's Elias Schuster. Very good work from both of those articles where you can see these numbers. But going into this first one, they talk about how Coby White is 12th in total clutch points scored at 99, and he is first in clutch assist last season. And so, look, I think starting with the assist, that is a huge stat, okay? Because I'm thinking about Charles Barkley. I'm thinking about inside the NBA, and they've had this debate before, about a star and a superstar. And one of the things that Charles Barkley talks about in his Phoenix days, when I believe he won the MVP there, he was saying that he could go out and he could score, but his whole goal was to go out and then get other shots. And it was like, could he get Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson? Could he get them shots? And then he felt like he could always be that closer for the Suns down the stretch. And the fact that you see that Coby White was number one as far as leading in clutch assists, that's major. That is a huge stat. The fact that he is a playmaker like that, and he's also almost in the top 10 in scoring in the clutch, this just lets you know that Coby White has something that it's not only going to help lead the Chicago Bulls, but this is a winning stat, because we've talked about this before with Zach Lavine and his situation, because we've said, or some people would argue that, hey, he is a brilliant scorer, great scorer, whatever, but you do not see him in the top for clutch scoring. And that just lets you know that Coby White is a terrific decision maker, because his assists lead to buckets, and also too, a lot of his shots are leading to timely baskets that help decide the game. And so that is huge for the Chicago Bulls. And just how good was Coby White? Well, let's take a look at the numbers, and looking at the players that were ahead of him. Obviously, DeMar DeRozan, Steph Curry, they were up at the top. But look at Kevin Durant. You have Anthony Edwards, LeBron James. Between Kevin Durant and LeBron James, those are NBA champions. He's right behind Giannis, who won a championship as well. And he is right there with some players that perhaps could be MVPs, like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think that Anthony Edwards at some point is going to be an MVP of this league too. And also too, the Joker is up there as well. So you just get a chance to see, who he is in company with on this list when it comes to clutch scoring. And that just is a telltale sign to me that Coby White is really ready to take another leap. And I think that what he said in the offseason is really not been paid attention to enough, because we're always talking about these hypothetical trades around Zach Lavine, and then also too these trades around Vooch, and is Billy Donovan on the hot seat in the front office. But one of the things that Coby White came out and said was that, look, now that DeMar DeRozan is gone, I am looking to now take on more of a leadership role, and he's ready for it. And I love that about Coby White, which suggests that he is seriously ready to take another leap, because he is ready to run up the chimney. He wants all the smoke. And the thing that I love about Coby White is he's had to do it in many different situations with the Chicago Bulls. He's been injured, he's had to come off the bench, he's had to start, and he's just proven himself through all that, all right? And I love the fact that he's figured it out at this point in time, and he really really understands this is the moment. If you want to become a star, superstar, whatever it is in this league, this team, this opportunity, he has a chance now to really take it on. And I think that Coby White is really ready to go ahead and take it on. And I think the same is going to be said about Ayo as well. I think that Ayo is ready to take another jump. And I will say this, and I've said this before, I think that the lineups are suggesting that more than likely he is going to be the sixth man coming off the bench for the Chicago Bulls. And I think that he has a chance to be in that top 5 for the Sixth Man of the Year award. I think that if you're looking at Coby White, he's like a 1B to Coby White. And I think that he brings maybe a little bit more on the defensive end, which tells me that he has even more opportunities because he can create some more on the defensive end and really impact games that way. And so I think that with the situation that Ayo's in, now we're looking at Lonzo. Lonzo may be on a minutes restriction. There's a chance that Lonzo might get traded. And I would have to think that Ayo is going to be the player that the Chicago Bulls would be looking to lead this unit. And if anybody goes down to an injury in that first unit, or if Zach Lavine is traded, I could see where Ayo could slide right into that starting spot and be right there with Coby White. I think that both of these players are going to show the Chicago Bulls fan base why they should absolutely be a part of the Chicago Bulls long-term future, why they're building block pieces, and they don't necessarily have to turn into franchise players for me to still be around. I think that they have shown enough that they can be pieces that even if we go out and we were to get a star, like bring in some reinforcements to go with these guys, I think the Chicago Bulls are going to be going in a right direction. And if you're going to be going to the negotiation table with Josh Giddey next year, you had better be ready to pay Coby White and Ayo as well, because I absolutely think that they deserve the money that is going to come to them, because I think that they are absolutely going to ball out. In fact, when we look at the numbers here, just taking a look at Coby White, the 19.1 points per game. I've talked about Zach Lavine. Yes, he scores 24, 25 points when he's an all-star. But look at this. At 19.1 points a game and being able to score in the clutch and being able to assist and lead the league in that category in the clutch, I think that he's poised to take another step in all these categories. And so this is why I believe a lot in Coby White. And then with Ayo as well, I think that he is going to see significant time off the bench. I really do feel like, you could see him closing down on some games. So I love that about both of these players. And finally, the one thing that I'll say too is that this goes into, I think it's Hoop Hypes that put out the top 100 list. And this is where Coby White fell behind Zach Lavine, and then Josh Giddey is just behind him. I think that Ayo, at some point, if they were to do this rating again during the season, I think he would have a chance to crack the top 100. And I think that Coby White has a chance to pass Zach Lavine. And then again, this just reiterates my point that if you're willing to pay Josh Giddey, who is currently behind Coby White on this list, you had better be ready to go ahead and extend Coby White and Ayo Dosunmu as well. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you believe in Ayo? Do you believe in Coby White? Do you think that, yes, they are foundational pieces? And do you believe that, yes, Coby White, he can absolutely become an all-star? He might be a franchise player, and he's going to show it this year. I'd love to see what you are thinking in the comments. Before we jump out of here, I just want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and sharing on the videos. It means a lot to us as we try to reach 5,000 subscribers before the NBA season starts. Wanted to let you know that 65.8% of you that watch the videos are not subscribed, so make sure you continue to slam dunk and mash on that subscribe button for me. And look, even though we are still trying to tell people to put respect on Clutch Coby and Ayo's name, I'm still saying go Bulls, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, peace, peace.